phrase neat and workmanlike has been a part of the National Electrical Code, or NEC, since its very beginning in 1897. It acts as a broad requirement that touches every single electrical installation. Essentially, it dictates that all electrical work needs to be carried out in a professional and competent way. This encompasses the use of suitable tools and materials, strict adherence to the manufacturer's guidelines, and compliance with all relevant codes and standards. While the NEC doesn't provide a specific definition for neat and workmanlike, it's generally understood to mean that the electrical work should meet several key criteria. Firstly, safety is paramount. The work must be performed in a manner that eliminates any potential hazards to people or property. Secondly, durability is essential. The installation should be carried out in a way that ensures it will last for many years to come. Thirdly, aesthetics are considered. The final result should be visually appealing. The importance of the neat and workmanlike phrase lies in its role in upholding high standards of quality in electrical installations. This is crucial for safety, ensuring longevity, and achieving a pleasing appearance. Over time, there have been multiple efforts to eliminate the neat and workmanlike phrase from the NEC. However, none of these attempts have been successful. The phrase is regarded as an indispensable element of the code, making its removal unlikely in the future. If you are interested in submitting a proposal to remove the phrase neat and workmanlike from the NEC, the appropriate organization to contact would be the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA. The NFPA is the entity responsible for the ongoing development and maintenance of the NEC. To elaborate further on the significance of each aspect of the neat and workmanlike standard, let's consider safety in more detail. Electrical work inherently involves risks, and any deviation from established safety practices can lead to serious consequences. Therefore, the neat and workmanlike requirement serves as a constant reminder to electricians to prioritize safety above all else. This includes ensuring that all connections are properly made, that wires are correctly insulated, and that the overall installation meets all relevant safety regulations. Durability is another critical factor in electrical installations. Electrical systems are often expected to function reliably for many years, if not decades. A poorly executed installation can lead to premature failures, requiring costly repairs and potentially creating safety hazards. By adhering to the neat and workmanlike standard, electricians can help ensure that their work will stand the test of time. This involves using high-quality materials, following proper installation techniques, and protecting the installation from environmental factors such as moisture and corrosion. While aesthetics may seem less important than safety and durability, they still play a significant role in the overall quality of an electrical installation. A neat and well-organized installation is not only visually appealing, but it also makes it easier to inspect and maintain the system in the future. This can save time and money in the long run, and it can also help to prevent problems from developing. The fact that the neat and workmanlike phrase has been a part of the NEC since its inception speaks to its enduring importance in the electrical industry. While some may argue that the phrase is vague and subjective, it has consistently served as a valuable reminder to electricians to strive for excellence in their work. The phrase encourages a sense of pride in workmanship and a commitment to providing customers with safe, reliable, and aesthetically pleasing electrical installations. It's also important to understand the process by which the NEC is updated and revised. The NFPA follows a rigorous process that involves input from a wide range of stakeholders, including electricians, engineers, manufacturers, and regulatory agencies. Proposals for changes to the code are carefully reviewed and debated before being adopted. This ensures that the NEC remains relevant and effective in addressing the ever-evolving challenges of the electrical industry. If you are considering submitting a proposal to remove the neat and workmanlike phrase from the NEC, it's important to understand the arguments that have been made in its defense. Proponents of the phrase argue that it provides a valuable degree of flexibility in the code, allowing inspectors to address situations that may not be explicitly covered by other rules. They also argue that the phrase promotes a culture of professionalism and excellence in the electrical industry. Ultimately, the decision of whether or not to remove the neat and workmanlike phrase from the NEC will depend on a careful balancing of these competing arguments. It's important to consider all sides of the issue before taking a position. To provide a more comprehensive understanding, let's delve into specific examples of how the neat and workmanlike standard applies in practice. Consider a scenario where an electrician is installing a new electrical panel in a residential home. Adhering to the neat and workmanlike standard, the electrician would ensure that all wires are neatly organized and properly secured within the panel. This involves using cable ties or other fasteners to bundle the wires together and prevent them from becoming tangled or damaged. The electrician would also ensure that all connections are properly tightened and that the panel is securely mounted to the wall. In another example, imagine an electrician running conduit along the exterior of a building. To meet the neat and workmanlike standard, the electrician would ensure that the conduit is properly supported and that it follows a straight and consistent path. The electrician would also ensure that all fittings are properly tightened and that the conduit is protected from the elements. These are just a few examples of how the neat and workmanlike standard applies in real-world situations. The specific requirements will vary depending on the nature of the electrical work being performed, but the underlying principle remains the same: to strive for excellence in all aspects of the installation. It is also worth noting that the interpretation of the neat and workmanlike standard can sometimes vary depending on the local jurisdiction and the individual inspector. This is why it's important for electricians to develop a good working relationship with their local inspectors and to understand their expectations. By communicating openly and honestly with inspectors, electricians can help ensure that their work meets all applicable requirements. Furthermore, continuing education plays a vital role in ensuring compliance with the neat and workmanlike standard. Electricians should regularly attend training courses and seminars to stay up to date on the latest codes, standards, and best practices. This will help them to perform their work safely, efficiently, and in accordance with all applicable regulations. The NEC is a comprehensive document that covers a wide range of electrical topics, and it is constantly being updated and revised to reflect changes in technology and industry practices. By staying informed about these changes, electricians can ensure that they are providing their customers with the highest quality electrical services. In addition to the neat and workmanlike standard, the NEC also includes numerous other requirements that are designed to ensure the safety and reliability of electrical installations. These requirements cover everything from wiring methods and overcurrent protection to grounding and bonding. By adhering to all of these requirements, electricians can help to prevent electrical fires, shocks, and other hazards. It's also important for homeowners and business owners to understand the importance of using qualified and licensed electricians. Unlicensed or unqualified individuals may not have the necessary knowledge and skills to perform electrical work safely and correctly. This can lead to serious consequences, including property damage, injuries, and even death. When hiring an electrician, it's important to check their credentials and to verify that they are properly licensed and insured. You should also ask for references and check online reviews to get a sense of their reputation and quality of work. By taking these precautions, you can help to ensure that your electrical work is done safely and correctly. Let's now consider some potential arguments against the neat and workmanlike phrase and explore why they haven't gained traction. One common argument is that the phrase is too subjective and open to interpretation. Critics argue that what one person considers neat and workmanlike, another may not. This lack of clarity, they contend, can lead to inconsistencies in enforcement and create unnecessary disputes between electricians and inspectors. However, proponents of the phrase counter that the subjectivity is precisely what makes it valuable. They argue that it allows inspectors to exercise professional judgment and address unique situations that may not be explicitly covered by other code requirements. Another argument against the phrase is that it is unnecessary and redundant. Critics point out that the NEC already includes numerous specific requirements for electrical installations, and that the neat and workmanlike phrase simply duplicates these requirements. They argue that removing the phrase would streamline the code and make it easier to understand and enforce. However, proponents of the phrase argue that it serves as a valuable reminder to electricians to strive for excellence in all aspects of their work. They believe that the phrase promotes a culture of professionalism and attention to detail, which ultimately benefits consumers. Furthermore, some argue that removing the phrase could have unintended consequences. They fear that it could lead to a decline in the quality of electrical installations, as electricians may be less motivated to go the extra mile to ensure that their work is neat, safe, and reliable. Given these competing arguments, it's clear that the debate over the neat and workmanlike phrase is complex and multifaceted. There are valid points to be made on both sides of the issue. Ultimately, the decision of whether or not to remove the phrase will depend on a careful balancing of these competing considerations. If you are interested in getting involved in the process of updating and revising the NEC, there are several ways to do so. You can attend public meetings of the NFPA's code-making panels, where proposed changes to the code are discussed and debated. You can also submit your own proposals for changes to the code. The NFPA welcomes input from all interested parties, and it carefully considers all proposals that are submitted. By participating in this process, you can help to ensure that the NEC remains relevant and effective in protecting the safety of people and property. In summary, the neat and workmanlike phrase is a long-standing and important part of the National Electrical Code. While it has been the subject of some debate over the years, it continues to be viewed by many as an essential element of the code. The phrase serves as a valuable reminder to electricians to strive for excellence in all aspects of their work, and it helps to ensure that electrical installations are safe, reliable, and aesthetically pleasing.